Hey guys! I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha and I welcome you to my channel. I'm so grateful as always that you guys are listening, subscribing, and commenting. I really appreciate the support. And of course, if you guys want to support me further, you can do that by going to my Patreon site. The link is in the description below. And you can give me $1 a month, $5 a month, whatever you guys prefer. In this video, I wanted to kind of keep on going on the vein of how to build your intuition. I'm going to do a video, or I've already done a video, I don't know how I'll schedule it out, on intuition and how our creative source is our intuition. Our intuitive power is how we are creative in this world as INFJs. And so what I really want to do in this video is to talk about four different ways that you can build your intuition as an INFJ, as an individual in general, obviously. And these are really powerful tools that you can use in order to create that superpower, that build your superpower, your intuition. And I've said this before to you guys, your intuition truly is your superpower on this planet. You don't need anything else. You don't need to be very beautiful or have a lot of money or anything else, because you have this power within you that already dwells within you, and you can just use that. But most of us, we just pretend like it doesn't exist, or we're afraid of it because it has come true so many times that we're like, oh my god, how do I know these things? It's so scary, etc., etc. And so we are afraid of it and we hide from it, or we run away from it, or we don't listen to it, which is the worst thing you can ever do. If you don't listen to your intuition, eventually it's going to stop speaking to you. So you have to keep on listening to it, keep on trusting it. That's how it is. It's like a little child. It needs to be listened to. It is basically your inner child who's speaking to you. And if you don't listen to it, it will slowly, become smaller and smaller and smaller, and its voice will dissipate and you will never be able to hear it again. So you really have to be careful to not come to that point. That's when bitterness arises. That's when cynicism arises, when you lose your intuition, because you don't have that connection to that source, to that power that you had as a child, right? As an INFJ child, or as a child in general. Children have such powerful intuition. Why? Because they're connected to it and they trust it. They trust that their heart, whatever it's telling them, is the truth. If their heart tells them that they're meant to go in that direction and trust that stranger, they do. Now, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But they are trusting their intuition. Now, a lot of it also has to do with their innocence, their playfulness, their connection to the source, the fact that they don't have an ego, and things like that. But all of those things are things that we can manifest in ourselves as well, right? It's very easy to build our intuition. You just have to concentrate on it and work on it and practice with it. One of the main things I do in order to build my intuition is to listen to it, right? And it's such a weird thing to say, to just listen to it. Listen to your intuition, trust it. But it's such a hard thing to do, and it actually requires a lot of practice and a lot of mental strength and confidence in yourself in order to trust your intuition. For example, when I first heard about Chiang Mai, I heard it from a random acquaintance on a Facebook group that I was part of, right? And so she told me about Chiang Mai. She's like, yeah, I live here. It's amazing. You should come here, etc., etc. And so I first heard about Chiang Mai, and instantaneously I got goosebumps all over my body. That's, again, a big sign that your intuition is speaking to you, or the universe is trying to tell you something, that it's giving you a sign. And so I was like, all right, interesting. Chiang Mai, I've never heard of it before. I did a little bit of research. But constantly in the background, my intuition was telling me that's the place you need to go. It just knew. It didn't need to do all this Google research. It just knew that that was the place I had to go. And so without much further ado, and without doing much more research, without thinking about it much, trusting my intuition, I was like, all right, cool, I'm going there. I booked my ticket, told my parents, told my friends, etc. Okay? Now that is what I'm talking about. Trust your freaking intuition. It's telling you stuff for a reason. Trust your intuition. Trust your gut. It's telling you things because it's trying to protect you, and it will never, never lead you astray. Never will it lead you in the wrong direction. If I go back to my past, if you go back to your past and you go look at your past and look at every single time you listen to your head versus your intuition, and you look at what the path was like, you'll always see that perhaps sometimes your head can lead you wrong, but your intuition will never lead you wrong. Never, ever. It always knows where you're supposed to be going. Okay? So that's the first step. Listen to your intuition and trust it. It's hard to do, yes, I know. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but really try with it. Really, really try every single day. And try with the little things. What should I get to eat? And then listen to your intuition. Which direction should I walk in? and then listen to your intuition, right? And so obviously it's just about practicing and building up your confidence in listening to your intuition and believing in it and knowing that it's trying to give you the right direction or taking you in the right path, rather than being like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know, this, my intuition is telling me this, but is it really the truth? Should I do this? La, la, la. Not being like that, not being disbelieving or being uncomfortable or doubtful, right? That always kills your intuition. The second thing I will say that you can do in order to build your intuition is actual physical yoga asanas or physical exercises in general. Now, I've found that if I dance, now I just dance every single day. I just move in general. I'll just move with the music and I'll just dance in my living room. I love to dance in general. And of course, yoga, right? Yoga asanas. There's lots of different poses that you can do in order to build your intuition, build your throat chakra, build your heart chakra, things like that. Anything that can, or your ajna, your third eye. There's different exercises you can do, different poses. You can Google those. You don't need me to do that for you. But just Google them and then do those poses and learn about your intuition and connect to it on a physical realm. Because yes, of course, you are an ethereal being, you are a spiritual being, but you are connected to your intuition through this physical body. And a lot of it comes from our gut. It comes from that second brain that we have in our gut. So take care of your gut. Definitely take care of your physical body because your intuition is coming from there. Take care of your gut bacteria. Make sure you eat a lot of probiotics and a lot of prebiotics, and don't eat things that give you an allergy or make your gut bacteria unhappy. For me, that's gluten and meat and things like that. So I try to avoid that as much as possible and things like that. So work with your physical body, work with the physical asanas, physical poses, if dancing works for you, work with that. There's a friend of mine who loves to pole dance, and that's what she uses in order to connect to her intuition. That works for her. Different people will do different things in order to connect with their bodies, in order to connect with their intuition. Swimming might be one of your things, or walking in nature by yourself is, of course, a big one for a lot of people. Or being by yourself in stillness and silence, just sitting there and watching the clouds pass by, or playing with your dog, or with your children, with your babies, or being with your loved one and just spending time with them, or giving long hugs, or gazing into someone's eyes that you love or don't love, or things like that. There's so many different things you can do physically in order to build your intuition. All of this helps you trust that superpower a little bit more. So that's the second thing that I would say. The third, obviously, physically you're able to do it. The third thing I would say is to practice with it. Now, I already talked a little bit about it, but I would also say that just practice with it in the little things, right? So if you're walking through the world, I will do this a lot, is that I will test if my intuition is actually working, okay? So I will do a thing and I will ask my intuition what I should do, and my intuition will tell me something and I'll follow it, and then I will go back, I'll go back and I will try to see if my intuition was right or wrong, okay? And so for example, if I use a simple example with what should I eat? So I have these 2-3 different places that I go to buy my somtam salad. Somtam salad is a raw papaya salad, very popular in Thailand, really delicious, spicy and tangy, and oh, so yummy. And so I have 3 different places that I go to in order to buy my somtam salads, depending on the day. I don't want to go to the same place every single day. But sometimes, and this is the thing about Thai people, is that they will just close randomly on a certain day without telling you, without any real warning, or also just randomly. They don't feel like going to work. Cool, I'm closing down today and I'm not going to work, right? And so these sometimes salad things that I go to, they're all like food carts. They're not specific direct locations, right? They're not like they're there every single day. So sometimes they're closed, right? Sometimes they're busy. Sometimes they're not there. And so I'll follow my intuition in that. So I'll be like, all right, cool. So before I get out of the house, or while I'm walking to outside of my apartment, down the stairs, I'll think to myself, okay, which somtam place am I going to go to? And my intuition will tell me something. Don't go to that one because it's closed today. Or don't go to that one because it's not the right place to go today, right? And so I'll follow my intuition and I'll go to one of those places. And I've noticed that I'll test it. Sometimes I'll go to the place that my intuition is telling me not to go to, and I'll see that it's closed. And it's funny because it happens so many times that it's just weird to me, all right? And so that's how I say that you build your trust in your intuition. Test it out, If your intuition is telling you to do something, follow it sometimes and see what happens. And then you'll see that what you were saying was what your intuition said would happen does happen. And the more it happens, the more you're going to start trusting your intuition. The more you'll be like, wow, my intuition is so freaking powerful. All right. The final thing I would say about, the fourth thing that I would say about building your intuition, and this is something that I say about everything, but it's so powerful, meditation. Now, I know a lot of you started meditating because of me, and a lot of you already meditate in general, which is great. But I do recommend meditating if you want to build your intuition. Just connecting to the source, being in stillness and silence, and then connecting to that deeper self within you, your soul, your spirit, really builds your intuition in a way that I cannot say enough about. Right? It's such a powerful tool. It's so easy, and you can do it every single day, and it's free. And all you need is your body and your mind and a place to sit, a quiet place to sit. It's so easy to do, but it is one of the most powerful things you can do in order to build your intuition, because it connects you back to that source, that divine source, to that place within you that your intuition comes from, your soul, your spirit. That's the one that's kind of clamoring all the time and saying, this is what I want to do. And so it'll help you listen to your intuition a little bit more, listen to your soul, your spirit, because you're more connected to it through meditation. Okay. And so I've done lots of videos on meditation before, but I'm just going to say, please do meditate if you don't already, because it's so powerful in so many different ways. I hope this makes sense. I hope this was useful. If you guys want to support me further because you liked this video or you liked any other videos I've done, please go to my Patreon site. The link is in the description below. And I shall see you guys next time. Bye for now.